Okay. Right, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. It's lovely to see you. We are here, 45 minutes, flow. And it's Tuesday, so I like to focus on upper body strength stuff on a Tuesday. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. If you're joining online, welcome. Sorry, we're a couple minutes late. So when you're ready, come to lie down if you're not already there. Head towards the back of the mat and feet towards the front. Nice. And then take the heels wide. Let the toes drop out. Maybe swish the feet a little from side to side and rock on the hips just to settle down through the low body. And then take a moment just to draw the shoulders down the back. Let the arms come out to the side, and the hands will naturally fall off the mat with the palms facing up, and that will really encourage a broadening through the front of the chest. As best as you can, I want you to be really soft and heavy this morning as you lie there. Take a moment to now soften the face, the skin around the eyes, the forehead. Just giving yourself a few moments to arrive and to settle this morning. So hopefully you've had a little check-in. We're used to these now. How are you this morning? How are you feeling? That dialogue we have with ourselves at the kind of bookends of the practice, I would argue is the most important part of your practice. So make sure you've checked in. Setting the scene before you move is really an act of kindness to yourself. All I ask you to do this morning is move with ease, with steadiness, in a way that feels good for you. Your practice, yeah? With that in mind, start to focus on your breath. How's it moving this morning? How's it feeling? And it's really nice to breathe lying down. You can even place the hands on the belly and really start to notice the rise and fall. Feel the whole torso expand. Belly rises, rib cage expands, maybe the side body, the back body. You might even feel the back expand against the earth. And as much as it's expanding and lifting on the inhale, can you squeeze and contract everything on the exhale? And just take a few rounds of breath, really deep, really full, really long and smooth. Just 3 more here. Wishing you all a really lovely practice this morning. On your next inhale, full body stretch. Really reach everything away from you and almost let the back arch a little as you do this. Fingertips spread, toes spread. Good. And just go to the side. So heels to the right and almost reach and grab the left wrist as you move the arms and shoulders to the right. So it's like we're making a banana shape with the body. Feel that in the shoulder. You might feel it in the outer hip, maybe the kind of outer thigh, but just make a banana shape. You can even cross the left ankle over the right ankle. Notice how that feels. Good, and then back to center very briefly. And when you feel ready, go straight to the other side. So heels to the left. And you're just picking up your shoulders, your arms, your hands, and scooching those to the left as well. Still keeping yourself really long here. Good. On your next exhale, shuffle yourself back to center. One more stretch out and then bring the knees in. Give yourself a little hug. Maybe rock from side to side. Maybe give the hips a little circle. It's nice to massage the low back there. And then yogi's choice. You can either roll to one side and push yourself up, or if you want to build a little bit of momentum and massage the back and the spine, you can. If you're rolling up and down, maybe you want to balance when you get to the top. Just roll the shoulders back, see how that feels. Nice. Maybe reaching the fingertips, letting go for 3, lifting through the chest for 2. Good. On 1, tabletop when you're ready. Let's come straight through. Okay. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. You know the score. Really spread the fingers, okay? Feel each knuckle, the thumb joint, all the fingertips, the base of the palm, the edge of the palm. And then with the knees under the hips, the toes can be tucked or the tops of the feet can be flat. And then just start to move here. So you've got your cat-cows where you wave up and down. But you might go from side to side. You might draw some circles with the rib cage. Do what feels good this morning. Maybe close the eyes, come back to the breath and just start to move. How's your spine feeling this morning? Like I said, we're going to focus on a little bit of strength through the shoulders and upper body. So maybe we're thinking about that part of us just a touch more. Good, and then come back to center. Just start to circle the shoulders over the fingertips just a few times. So we're warming up the wrists a little bit and getting that sense of the whole of the hand pressing into the earth. It's really easy to kind of close the fingers when you get a bit tired and kind of make a cup rather than pressing and spreading. Like that connection with as much of the hand surface as possible, really important. Good, and then come back to center so the shoulders are over the wrists. And I just want you to dip the chest and then lift the chest. So these are called like shoulder protractions and retractions. I know that's not a very nice set of words, but if any, you almost want to let the shoulder blades poke out the top of the back as you drop the chest, and then you want to make them disappear. And just, there might not be much movement there. You can take a look at me if you need to, but any little movement is great because you just get a sense of shoulders moving forwards and, well, forwards and backwards, or where we are right now, up and down. Even if you want to come back on your knees and just play around with the shoulders, that's fine. I find the floor helps you get that sense. And when you're next pushing, I want you to stay there. That's the pushing sensation I talk about in plank, chaturanga, all of that. Even though we're lowering in chaturanga, we're still pushing the floor away. So with that protracted shoulder blade, almost like spreading the upper back, hollowing out the chest. Those are other things that sound like good for you to understand how it feels. Stay there, tuck all 10 toes and just hover your knees. But notice if the shoulders have moved. We want to keep that position. We're hovering and holding, pushing the floor away, really nice for 3, Good. For 2. On 1, take the knees wide, little child's pose. Hips go back and just bring the fingertips in nice and close and enjoy a little stretch through the front of the chest, maybe a little bit of opening through the tops of the shoulders. We're going to do that one more time before we lift into downward dog. We're going to hold a little bit longer. Let's see if we can do about 10 seconds. If it's too much, you can kind of lift and lower with the breath. So on an inhale, you hover. On an exhale, you take rest with the knees. So back to tabletop when you're ready for that second set. Tuck all 10 toes. Remember what you know. Push the floor away. Gaze slightly forward. Neck is long. On your next inhale, hover the knees for 10. 9. And they're just an inch away from the floor. 8. If you need a little break, take one breath, come back in. 7. 6. Can you push a little more? 5. We're nearly there. 4. Might be shaking a little. 3. Stay with me. 2. Arm 1. Hips to sky. Well done. Downward facing dog. And just enjoy that. You should feel a nice stretch now through the front of the chest. Maybe the hands are a little wider. Pedal out the heels, let the head hang heavy. Good, how's the breath? Nice. On your next inhale, just look to the fingertips and start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Can you do it in like 3 pads? And then you're at the back of the mat. Little dangle here, catch the elbows, sway from side to side. Just feeling the backs of the legs start to wake up, belly to thigh, head heavy, knees soft, weight forward. Nice. Okay, let's walk the hands back down the mat. This time we're going to come all the way into a high plank. Again, can you pad really slowly, really lightly until you get right to the top of the mat? And we're in our high plank now. So really make yourself long here. Can you get that shoulder position again? Push the floor away. Draw up the knees so the thighs are engaged. High on the toes. Strong. Knees, ankles, hips, shoulders, all in one lovely line. We're here for 3. Breathing here. For 2. Good. On 1, knees are going to come down. So we've got this nice diagonal shape with the body from the head to the hips, well, to the knees actually. Now, pull the rib cage through a little bit like you're trying to show off your collarbones, but we're still pushing the floor away, and you're going to lower halfway, and then you're going to come back up. Now, see how many you can do. Maybe you do 3 or maybe you do 5. It's an exhale to lower. It's an inhale to come back up. We're building strength, but with the breath, nice and calm. Don't worry if you can't get to halfway. Maybe just go a little bit less than that, 1/3. This is fine. Good. On your last one, come all the way down, belly to the floor. Really nice. Take the fingertips wide. Enjoy a little opening through the chest. We're just going to hold here. The thighs are drawn up, tops of the feet are pressing down. We're squeezing shoulder blades, but just using our fingertips to support us a little bit. Good. Neck is long. Breath is strong. Good. As you exhale, forehead down, tuck toes, hands and knees. Check your elbow position. Point them back. Press through the thumb joint to keep those arms nice and strong. Toes, knees and hands. Push yourself back up to that starting position. Little child's pose and then downward dog when you're ready. Again, we're just going to do that one more time, okay? But take a child's pose or a downward dog just for 2-3 breaths. How are the shoulders in your downward dog? Are they up by the ears? Can you draw them down the back? Almost use the waist and part of the upper back muscles to draw them away from the ears. Good. On your next inhale, look forward to the fingertips and walk your hands back to your feet. Pad them maybe 2 times. Good. Hook the big toes or catch the backs of the heels, yogi's choice, whatever you want to do for this forward fold. A little bit more active this time. If you are pulling on the big toes, elbows go wide, weights forward. Nice. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk the hands all the way to the end of the mat. High plank is where we're going to meet. Okay, you can stay here this time if you want, or if you want to try a little side plank, bring the feet together. Roll to the outside edge of the left foot, lift the right arm high. Now I want you to think about the shoulder and wrist here being stacked. Feet can be stacked or one in front of the other. Some of you might even float the top foot. That's absolutely fine, making a little star shape. Just for 3, lift the hips a little higher for 2. Good, on 1, back to center. Give me just 1 breath in. And as you breathe out, straight to the other side. Okay, lifting and stacking for a count of 3. Lovely. For 2, really nice. On 1, back to high plank. Give me a breath. Big breath in, you got this. Breath out, knees. If you did 3 last time, maybe you're trying 5. Exhale halfway. If it's too much, you bring the knees closer. You just bring the forearms down and up. In your own time, at your own pace, halfway and up. But notice if the chest is collapsing and those shoulder blades are poking out. We don't want that. We want that pushing. So it's a real funny sensation to get used to. You're pushing the floor away, but still lowering with control. Once you've done your 5, on your next exhale, come all the way down, belly to the floor. Just take 1 inhale to roll the shoulders back and lift. And then exhale, forehead down, tuck toes. Strong push up to either a high plank or knees down plank. I don't mind. How does it feel? It's pretty tough to push to high plank. You almost got to imagine you're 1 line and then downward facing dog. Let it go. Okay, this time we're going to journey to the top of the mat. So walk, step, or hop the feet up there. And again, another little forward fold, not for too long here. So grab the toes or the backs of the knees maybe this time. We're going to come to roll up. When you're ready, let the arms hang really heavy, stack the vertebra and come all the way up to stand. Give yourself a nice roll of the shoulders as you get to the top. Let's take a nice side stretch here. Hook the thumbs, reach the arms, and exhale. Let's go over to the left. Good. Nice. Inhale, come to center, and exhale over to the right. There's 2 more each side. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out to side stretch. Nice. Last time each side. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Last time over to the right is your last one. And then back to center. Hands can either come behind the head or you can reach them up. Start to take the right arm back and the left arm forward. Twist. Good. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist to the other side. And just keep going with those. Trying to get 1 breath, 1 movement before we move through some sun salutations. Notice the hips. Are the hips going with you? Can you just focus on the shoulders and chest? Really ease into the twists this morning. It's first thing. Good. Don't worry if you get out of sync. If you see your neighbor in the studio, just say hello to them. Nice. So we started on the right. So next time you go on the left, just make that your last one. And then inhale all the way up, fingertips to the sky. This time, see if you can bring your hands into prayer and just trace the fingertips along the ceiling. We're going to hold this slight back bend. If you want to be a little bit more stable in your back bend, you can always just press the hands into the low back just to check how you're doing. You know, sometimes we kind of dump. We don't want to dump. We want to lift through the sternum, and we just want to tease the hips forward, squeeze the elbows back, point the elbows behind you, squeeze shoulder blades together, strong through the thighs as well, so the thighs are strong. And sometimes it's nice to take the stance a little wider when we back bend. Just feels like more stable. Good. We're here and we're holding either hands on back or hands in prayer for 3. For 2, good. Use your tummy muscles on 1. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, full forward fold. Nice. Inhale, flat back and lengthen. Exhale, big step back to plank. Okay, if we feel ready, chaturanga is there. So instead of the knees, you can lower halfway. Okay? If it's too much, you drop the knees here. You pull through to your up dog, or you take your cobra, yogi's choice. Pause wherever you are just for a second. Up dog is hands and feet, rib cage through, elbows drawn back, lifting through the chin. Slow push back to down dog wherever you are. Tuck the toes. Use the shoulder strength to push you back. Nice. Okay, 5 breaths here. Now you have an option. You can just find stillness here. Or we're going to start doing some little bits. So on your exhale, you're going to hover your elbows. And on your inhale, you're going to lift them away. So exhale, it's almost like you're choosing to take a dolphin and then you're changing your mind. Let's do 3 more. Exhale to hover. Inhale to push away. Exhale to hover. Inhale to push away. I know, just 1 more. Exhale to hover. And inhale to push away. Well done. Let it go. Inhale, the right leg's going to come nice and high. Soften the knee and just do a few circles with the knee just to ease into the right hip this morning. First time we're kind of focusing on our low body, so just see how that feels. Good. Take an inhale, lift the leg a little higher, look forward. Exhale, roll forward, draw the knee into the chest, but push through the hands, broaden through the upper back. We're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale, kick the leg away. Exhale, round the spine, draw the knee into the chest, push the floor away. Last one. Inhale back. Exhale, roll forward, just hold for 3. You got it for 2. On 1, foot between the hands, drop the back knee. Let that go. So move around here if you want. We're easing into low lunge in a second, but just take a moment to see how the hips are this morning. If you want to rock forwards and backwards. And then when you feel ready, just ease up. Left hip forward, right hip back. I don't mind what you do with your arms. What do they need? What feels good for the shoulders? I love to hook my thumbs and take kind of my rib cage through. But what feels nice? Sometimes a little cactus. Whatever feels good. Catching the elbows is also nice. Hands behind head. Yogi's choice. What feels nice? Good. On your next exhale, hands to the floor. Listen carefully. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. You're going to come into like a little pyramid pose, but bump that back foot up so you can drop the heel. Okay? It's almost like a warrior 1 positioning and placement of the feet, but the front leg is going to stay straight. You're going to come all the way up, arms up, and you're going to take the hands behind you. So you can either grab the elbows or try a prayer position. The prayer can point down, or some of you might be able to point the prayer up. Once you get there, you can kind of shuffle it into place and press the palms together. Be mindful of the shoulders. We want to roll them back to try and get that prayer. But again, if that doesn't feel good, you just catch your elbows. Take an inhale to lengthen, pull the right hip back, lift through the chest. Exhale, you're going to forward fold in this position now, keeping the arms as they are. Think rib cage to thigh, chin to shin. Breath nice and strong. How is the breath? Good. Listen carefully. Just come up halfway. Soften into that front knee. If you can, keep the hands as they are. Lift the back heel. When you're ready, warrior 3, but take your time. There's no rush. Good. Nice and strong. Still drawing the shoulders back. We're here and we're holding for 3. For 2, listen carefully. Can you come to stand and bring that back leg with you? Just a brief lift of the knee, and then exhale, release downward back to where we started. Nice, well done. Inhale, arms up, reach. Try that little back bend, just for 1 breath. Good. Use the inhale to bring yourself back up. Use the tummy muscles. Use your exhale to take the arms wide and fold. Nice. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, find your plank. Notice if you step back with the same foot, change the foot. Good. Spread the fingers, push the floor away. Remember what you know. Can you broaden through the upper back? Nice. Exhale halfway into chaturanga or knees. Inhale, come through to your cobra or up dog. Exhale, slow push back, downward facing dog. Now you've got 5 breaths here again. If you want, you can stay here, or we can work on some little strength exercises again. So this time you're going to hover the elbows all the way down. You might go one at a time. And so we're in a dolphin. Once you're there, clasp the hands together. So it's almost like you're preparing for a headstand. Yeah, we're not going to do that though. So clasp the hands together, maybe tuck the baby finger in, and then just start to bring your chin over towards your kind of knuckles, maybe your thumb, and then go all the way back. I know, just give me 5 more of those. So inhale, roll the chin over the thumbs. Exhale, push yourself back. Little bit of mobility and strength. 4 more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Good. Elbows are under shoulders. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Just 2 more. Really nice. Rolling forward. Pushing back. Last one. Roll forward. And then push back. Excellent. Release the hands. Lift yourself back up into downward dog. Take a breath. Let it go. And then inhale, left leg nice and high. Good. Soften the knee and just move the hip. Good. Change directions if you haven't already. And then inhale, leg nice and high. Exhale, roll forward. We've just got 3 of these. Take them slow. Push the floor away. Good. Inhale, we take it back. Exhale, we roll it forward. Nice. Last one, we're just going to hover for a moment. Inhale back. Exhale, roll forward and hold just for 3. Push the floor away for 2. I know, let it go on 1. Foot through, back knee down. Make sure we're breathing. Okay, move forwards and backwards. Take a bit of time just to ease into your low lunge. I turned the aircon off as well. I'm sorry, I ran down because it was so noisy. Great. When you feel ready, come up into your low lunge. And remember what you know, yeah? Left hip back this time, right hip forward. Pull the rib cage through. Maybe you're changing the arm position, catching elbows. Maybe prayer to, I really like this one as well. So prayer, and then you just drop the prayer down the back and you kind of wrap the upper arms into the head. Really nice stretch for the triceps and that shoulder mobility that we're trying to get. Is shoulder and chest mobility. If you think of how much we're forward, we're really trying to roll back and create space there. Nice. Wherever you are, just 2 more breaths, maybe looking up. Okay, exhale, hands to the floor. So tuck back toes, lift back knee, extend the front leg, and then bump the back foot up so you can drop the heel, keeping the hips in line. So it's like a 45-degree angle with that back foot. The toes are at like 2 o'clock, yeah? And then reach the arms, come up nice and strong, all the way up. Great, and then yogi's choice. You can try the reverse prayer again. You can catch the elbows again, or you might just bring the hands to the hips this time, or hands to back of head. As long as we're encouraging a little bit of opening through the chest, I don't mind. You know what's coming. We've got that little balance and that forward fold. So wherever you are, hands behind head or prayer position, come all the way down and fold. Breathing. If you're in your reverse prayer, can you lift the elbows a little more? Can you press the palms together a little more? Okay, come up halfway, soften into the front knee, inhale. Lift the back heel off the floor, find the back toes. And then with control, send the weight into the front leg and just float the back leg off. So the torso's strong, the shoulders are still drawing back in your prayer position or wherever you are. And then you're here for 3. Lovely, for 2. On 1, come to stand, bring that leg with you just for a moment. Take a breath in, and then exhale, release it down. Good. Okay, nice. Little bit more to add on. Okay, inhale, arms come up. Little back bend. Let's go straight into the exhale fold. Inhale, flat back and lengthen. Exhale, big step back to plank. Knees or chaturanga. Inhale to come through and exhale to push back. Downward facing dog. So again, remember what you know, spread the fingers, draw the shoulders down the back. You can stay here, or we've got 5 breaths in turbo dog. So remember those little hovers we did of the elbows? You're going to hover the elbows down and we're just going to hold here. So don't go too low. We've just got 5 breaths. So when you're ready, hover the elbows and hold for 5. For 4. If it's too much, come back to those little lifts and lowers for 4. Exhale for 3. We're nearly there. Exhale for 2. I know, on 1. Push back up, normal downward dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Inhale, right leg nice and high. Exhale, just take a brief split dog. Let's open up the right hip just for a couple of breaths. Equal pressure through the hands. Nice. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, roll forward. We'll just hold the hover for 3. Push through the hands, broaden the upper back for 2. Good. On 1, foot between the hands. If it feels okay, you're going to come up into a high lunge. Nice. Okay, so this time, listen carefully. Your right hand is going to drop down the back and like tap the middle part of your back. This might be enough. If you want, your left hand can come up and join it. You might be able to grab hold. You might be holding your top. Whatever's available. If you've got your fingertips, try and like clasp on. And then once you're there, point the elbow up. Pull the rib cage through. Use the back of the hand almost to push that part of the spine so you're opening through the chest for 3. Good. For 2. Nice. On 1. Inhale, extend the legs. Same as before. Exhale, forward fold. Back toes are still lifted. Inhale, come up halfway, soften into the front knee. Exhale, take off, warrior 3. We're just here for 1 breath. Have we still got the arms? Inhale, come to stand, bring the leg with you, release the hands, prayer or hips, I don't mind. Left leg is still lifted. On your exhale, you're going to step it out and find warrior 2. Great, okay. Flying warriors, just let's get into our warrior 2. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Nice, 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice, 1 more. And then exhale, hold. So remember everything, you know, hips over shoulders. Front knee, tease it out. Strong back leg. Relax the shoulders though. Look forward. Strong here. Good. Take a flip and reach of the front palm and just briefly scoop it back. Enjoy a nice side stretch. And then inhale back to center, forearm down, and then left arm nice and high. Now, if you can, your fingertips are going to kind of come towards the earth on the inside of the foot. So we're really stacking the shoulders now. Good. You can stay here, or top hand can drop down the back. Yeah, nice. You can stay here, or bottom hand can reach around the outside of the thigh and maybe find the other hand. Yeah. Good. See how you get on. We're here, we're holding for 3. If you've got the bind, peel the chest up, look up for 2. Lovely. On 1, release, come all the way back up. Just a brief, peaceful warrior. And then exhale through a vinyasa. So hands down, frame the foot, big step back, and halfway or knees. Inhale, come all the way through. And exhale, push all the way back. Good. 5 breaths here. Now you can stay here. It's the last one though, okay? So if you want a little exercise here, we're going to hold our dolphin now. So with dolphin, the hands don't clasp. They stay exactly as they are. You just lower the elbows down. And it might be that you lower one and then the other. I kind of shuffle my forearms in a little bit. I come narrower. So dolphin for 5 breaths if you want. So forearms are down, hands are spread, and the knees might need to soften to help you out here. We're trying to get the spine nice and long, and maybe we're walking the feet forward. Good. How's the shoulder position here? Can you still draw them down the back? Let's do 3 more breaths. We're looking really good here. Nice. How is the breath? Is it calm and long? Give me 1 more. Big breath in. And exhale. Listen carefully. Walk the feet back. Forearm plank. I know, we're not here for long. Last little bit of work. Push in the forearm. Push the forearms into the floor. Broaden through those shoulder blades. I know I've said that a lot, but that's the positioning we're learning today. For 3, for 2, good. Right hand where right elbow is, left hand where left elbow is, knees or chaturanga, and then we're in our downward facing dog. Just the left side. Well done. Shoulders hopefully nice and warm. Okay, inhale, left leg nice and high. Exhale, split your dog. 2 good breaths there. Lift the knee high, stack the hip more. Look forward and roll forward, knee into the chest, hover for 3. You got it. It's the last time for 2. Foot between the hand on 1. Take a moment, find your high lunge. Ease yourself up. Same thing. This time the left hand drops down, the right hand reaches up, and maybe you can find connection between the fingertips. If you get that, hook on, push that elbow up to the sky, reach those top fingertips down the back. Good, we're here and we're holding. With control, take an inhale, extend the legs, keep that chest open. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Just 1 breath here. Take a bend into the front knee, look forward, push off the back toes. Again, just 1 breath in your warrior 3. And then on your inhale, you're going to bring that back leg with you. Just a breath here. And then exhale, can you softly step the foot back? Open the hips, warrior 2. Nice, 3 flying warriors. Enjoy that movement of the arms. Inhale up, exhale down. Good, 2 more. Check in with that front knee. Sometimes it's easy to collapse in. We want to send it to the baby toe. Nice, and then settle. Remember, shoulders soft, arms reach, strong. Flip and reach the left palm this time. Scoop it back. Peaceful warrior. Enjoy the side stretch. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, forearm or fingertips to the earth. Stack shoulders and reach. Everything in one lovely line. You can stay here or you can find the bind. So the top hand drops down, the bottom hand maybe reaches up. And it comes like under your knee, exactly, yeah. Well, the back of the knee. Spin the chest, maybe look up for 3, for 2. Really nice. On 1, release with control. Come all the way back up. Brief, peaceful warrior on the inhale. And then exhale, frame the foot. Big step back. Hold our plank for 3, for 2. Knees down on 1. Give me 5 presses. Exhale halfway. Inhale up. Exhale halfway. Inhale up. You got it. Last 3. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Good. Last 1. Really nice breath. This time, come all the way down, belly to the floor. Let it go. Bring the right ear and cheek to the earth. And just take a moment here. Hands beside the hips, shoulders slumping forward. Good. Okay, so we've got the right ear and cheek to the floor. Extend your right arm out beside you. So you're not looking at that right arm, you're turned away from it. And you want the hand or the palm flat to the floor, and you want the hand in line with the shoulder. Bring your left hand underneath your left shoulder and roll onto your right side. Yeah, with the arm extended. You got it. Nice. And so hopefully you can feel this through the front of the chest, front of the shoulder. If you can't feel anything, roll back to center and cactus the right arm, and then you'll feel something. But the right arm needs to be out beside you like a T shape with the palm facing down. Yes, exactly. Well done. Good adjusting. Top leg, if you want, you can bend the knee and plant the foot behind you. Yeah, and then that kind of opening of the hip, you'll feel it even more. So the knee like teases over. You got it. Nice, guys. Just breathe here. When you're ready, come back to center. Take your time. Maybe just briefly rock on the hips. And we'll just quickly change and set up to the other side so you can enjoy that stretch on the other side. So this time, left arm comes out. Left temple comes to the floor. Right hand under right shoulder. And push yourself over to the other side. Top leg, knee might bend. Foot might come off the mat. Try and ensure the shoulder's not up by the ear. We're still kind of soft. Good. On your next exhale, come all the way back to center. Bring both hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, press through the earth and push yourself back to child's pose. Knees together though, yeah? Allow the forehead to come down, allow the hands to rest beside the feet. Take your time to just let the shoulders slump forward here, round the spine. And you might feel the breath in the back of the body more here. Hands by the knees, roll yourself up. Come to kneel. If kneeling doesn't feel good, switch it to cross legs, that's absolutely fine. But give yourself a shoulder roll here, rest the palms down. Near to the hip creases again, just to encourage that opening through the front of the chest. Close down the eyes. Allow yourself to be still. The spine is tall, the crown of head is coming up towards the sky. The hips are heavy to the earth. As we just sit for a few moments in silence, allowing yourself to breathe naturally, unless you'd like to add a little conscious element to your breath, that's absolutely fine. Whatever feels right for you this morning, just 1 minute of stillness, of ease, of peace. On your next inhale, just bring the hands to rest at heart center. You can interlace the fingers or take a prayer position. Drop the chin to the chest, little bow down. Sign of gratitude for showing up for your practice this morning, your fellow yogis, whether they're here in the studio or joining us online. Well done, everyone. On your next inhale, lift the head, reach the prayer forward. Just hollow out the chest, round the shoulders one more time. And then exhale, sweep the arms wide, lift the chin, pull the ribcage through. Inhale, one, reach up, maybe look up, watch the hands join together. And then exhale, come back to center. Thank you, guys. Really lovely to see you this morning. Sorry it was a bit of a mad rush. And thanks. You're more than welcome. Well done, everyone online. Is everyone okay, yeah? Good. Yeah, sorry if it got a bit hot. It was noisy. I was like, I'm not going to be able to concentrate. Well done, everyone. Dad.